At 56, Edward Hale believed love meant control. If you loved someone, you protected them. If you protected them, you set rules. And if they followed those rules, everything stayed safe. That was how Edward had lived his whole life. He owned a quiet estate on the edge of town. Everything had a place. Shoes aligned perfectly. Curtains never touched the floor. Chairs were never moved. After his wife passed 10 years earlier, order became his comfort. Then Clara arrived. She was hired to help with housekeeping 3 days a week. She was 52, soft-spoken, and always smiled, even when life clearly hadn't been kind to her. Edward noticed things immediately. She hummed while she worked. She opened windows without asking. Once, she moved a chair closer to the sunlight. He corrected her every time. "Don't do that. That doesn't belong there. I prefer it this way." Clara always nodded. "I understand," she'd say gently. But Edward didn't notice how tired she looked. One afternoon, he found her sitting in the living room chair, eyes closed, hands folded in her lap. His chair. Anger rose in his chest. "I told you not to sit there," he snapped. Clara startled awake, embarrassed. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "I just felt dizzy for a moment." Edward pointed toward the door. "You're paid to work, not rest." She stood slowly, picked up her bag, and left without another word. That night, the house felt different. Too quiet. Too empty. The next morning, Clara didn't come. Or the next day. On the third day, Edward received a call from the agency. Clara had collapsed on her way home. Exhaustion. Dehydration. No family nearby. Something inside Edward cracked. He visited the small clinic that evening. Clara looked smaller in the hospital bed. Fragile. But when she saw him, she smiled. "I didn't mean to disappoint you," she said. Edward couldn't speak. For the first time in years, he saw the truth. He hadn't been protecting her. He had been controlling her. "I'm sorry," he finally whispered. "I forgot how to be kind." Clara's eyes filled with tears. "Kindness," she said softly, "is what love feels like when it's real." When she returned to work weeks later, things changed. Edward listened. He asked instead of ordered. He let the windows open. Sometimes they sat together in the afternoon sun, in the same chair, talking about life, loss, and second chances. Months later, Edward realized something quietly beautiful. Love wasn't about control. It was about compassion. And at 56, he learned it was never too late to love the right way. Subscribe to this channel, because the next story might feel like it was written just for you.